Hi teachers, it's me again, and this time we're going to talk about the virtual classroom. This training video is divided into four main parts. We have the introduction and access, preparing for class space, in class space, and additional buttons. So let's get started. Okay, the VC or the virtual classroom is where you conduct your classes. An installer will be sent to you before we do the test call. Now you can log in here using the same username and password that you use when you access the teacher's portal. And you can study the teaching materials beforehand in the VC. A teaching guide will also be sent to you, but it would be better for you to enter the VC before your class time so that you can make sure that your class material has fully loaded. Now let's have a look at number one. This is the icon that is displayed on your desktop upon installing the VC or the virtual classroom. And the second one is the login page. After logging in, you will see your weekly schedule on the center part of the page. On the left side, you will see some information about the classes that you'll have on that day. Now please take note of these letter labels. We have A, B, C, D, and E. Okay, let's explain them further. Letter A, this is where the teacher's name and profile picture is displayed. Letter B, okay, the following information are available on letter B. You have there the date for that day, of course, the class type, E means one-on-one. Class status here, it says there to be started because you haven't started the class yet. Now, once you've started the class, it will change to ongoing, and after dismissal, the status will be changed into class dismissed, okay? And you have here the class time, teacher's name, and the enter class button. So press this one to access the class material or for you to enter the classroom. You can enter the classroom anytime you want before it starts. The earlier, the better, okay? And next we have letter C here. So that's the settings. After pressing the setting button, this is what you'll see. So most of the information there are in Chinese, okay? So this one, the numbers here indicates the version, okay, version number. And this one, the green one here, means update to higher version, okay? Always make sure that you have the latest version of the VC. If you don't have the access to the update link, you just go to settings and press the option indicated above this one to upgrade it. But if ever that our IT will release a new version, we will also send you guys the installer for that one. In case you miss it, again, just look for this button here, press it so that your VC will just automatically upgrade, okay? And the other option on the settings is the log out, automatic log out. So there are times that you might encounter technical problems wherein the student cannot hear you, your video will freeze, or the class material will freeze, and our operations team will just tell you to refresh or to log out of the VC. So what you'll do is just go to the settings button and look for this one. Okay, and letter D, okay, you have there the booked class schedule. So all you have to do is hover your mouse over the schedule table, go to class time, and click on it. So you click this one. After clicking this one, you will see this, okay? So the class type again is indicated there. The class title or your topic for that day, class status means to be started, the teacher's name, and of course the enter the classroom button. So you can enter the classroom either by pressing the enter class button, the one at the sides earlier, or the button here, enter the classroom, okay? And letter E here is the refresh button. Now press this one from time to time to check if you have new bookings, to update your schedule, and to make sure that you don't miss any of your classes. Okay, now after entering the classroom, this is what you'll see, okay? So first, let's start with the label on the upper left side of the screen. Okay, the labels are too small, so please, be observant enough to take notice of them. Okay, the labels on the upper left side corner of the screen are the following. You have number one, the time meter, which shows how long the class is going on so far. Class status, Waiting here means waiting for the student to enter the classroom, and it will automatically change once the start button has been pressed. This is the start button, okay? And also here you can see the class topic, date, and class time, okay? Now let's move to the opposite side, okay? On the upper right corner of the screen, you will see their volume adjustment and the refresh video button. Okay, now also upon entering the classroom, you will be asked to install or set up your camera and microphone. Take note that if you're going to use an external camera and microphone, make sure that you've attached them to your computer before pressing the OK button here. If you failed to do so, press try again, connect the devices, then press OK. Okay, now let's go to the right side of the screen. Okay, you might notice these two boxes here. These are for the videos that will appear later once you've entered or once you've pressed the start button. So the upper video is for the teacher and the lower one is that of the student. Okay, and below the student's video, you will see the following: speaking time and the reward meter. Okay, so the speaking time indicates the time duration in minutes and seconds combined that the student has spoken in class. Take note that it doesn't indicate the total class time. The total class time will be found here on the upper left side corner of the screen. Okay, and the reward meter, this one. So while the class is going on, you can give stars as a reward to your student if they're really doing well. Now, for example, if they were able to answer a question correctly, if they can read fluently, etc., you can give them stars. So the number of stars that you've given will be shown here. And remember that you can only give a maximum of 10 stars for every class. So please make sure that you don't, give all of them during the first part of the class, and use them wisely, okay? So after installing the camera and the microphone, you can press the start button so that you can gain access to the class material. Please take note of the labels and their usage so as to avoid any confusion as you proceed with your class, and for you to know what to do if ever you would encounter any technical problems. Okay, so once your equipment has been set up, you can now have access to your class material. This is what you'll see after you press the OK button there. Okay, please take note of the letter labels. You have there this one, letter A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, and the last one is J. Okay, let's explain them further. Letter A, okay, so as of the moment, there is no use for that one, but in the near future, our IT is planning to add more interactive activities into the class material, and you can press this button in order to access them. And let's proceed to letter B here, okay? So that's the pen button. Press that one to activate the pencil that can be used to write something on the material and on the whiteboard. So this is for the teacher's pen still, okay, teacher's pen. And then letter C, that's the delete button or the erase button. So you just press that one in order for you to erase the writings on the class material or on the whiteboard. Letter D, that's the refresh page button, and it can also be used to erase the writing. Okay, and letter E, we have the redo button or recall button. It can be used to make the writings reappear in case they were mistakenly deleted. Okay, now let's go to letter F here. Letter F indicates the internet signal strength on the teacher's end, and letter G indicates the volume level. Okay, for letter H, as of the moment, there is no use for that one. But in the near future, as our IT team adds more activities and more content, you can use this button in order for you to navigate through the class materials. And letter I, okay, this folder can be used to access the whiteboard. So once you press letter I there, this is what you'll see, okay? So the whiteboard will appear. You can press the pencil button to write here on the whiteboard, of course. And if you want to go back to your class material, just press the letter I folder or the folder below, okay, again, and then you will see this one here, so that you press it so that you can go back to your PPT or to the PowerPoint, okay? Next, letter J. You have their letter J. So that's the material control button. It can be used to change pages. Press the first button to go back to the very first page, the second one here for you to go back to the previous page, okay? And then press this one, the third button, so that you can go to the next page, and the fourth button so that you can go to the last page, okay? The first number indicates the current page, and the other number indicates the total number of the class pages here. So the current page, this is page 1, and this class material has a total of 35 pages. There you go. Okay, now we have additional buttons. So these additional buttons can be found below your student's video, okay? So let's take note of the letter labels. You have their A, B, C, D, and E. Okay, so letter A, that's the pencil button for the student. Press this one to allow the student to use the pencil and be able to write on their iPads. Now this tool will be very helpful on your drills and it would make your classes more fun. Yeah, because our class material has the quiz part. So you can ask your students to, encircle the letter of their answers. Also, when you play hangman or any other games that would require writing, you can, of course, use the whiteboard and the pencil button. Letter B here has no use as of the moment. This button would allow the students to participate in the interactive activities that will be offered in the app in the near future. Letter C, that's the star button. Okay, so press this button to reward the students in the form of stars. You're allowed to give only 10 stars per class, so please use them wisely. And letter D here, that's the video camera button. This is the switch button for the camera. If the connection is not stable and during your break time, you can have the option to turn off your videos, but during class time, ideally your video should be turned on all throughout, okay? And letter E, that's the class dismiss button. Press this button only after class. In cases wherein you would encounter audio problems or the video froze and you have to refresh, just press the X button or the close button, or also the one that I told you earlier, you can just simply log out of the VC, okay? But never ever press the class dismiss button, because once you press the class dismiss button, you cannot enter the classroom and access the material anymore. Okay, again, for the reminders, booking. Students can book classes up to an hour before class time. For home-based teachers, if you have emergencies, please make sure that you close the schedule on those time slots that you cannot go online. For center-based teachers, please be vigilant and make sure to check your portal regularly. Also, after entering the VC, please make it a habit to do a speed test and post it in the group so that our operations staff and IT can see them and use them as a reference if there are problems encountered during the class. And for the cancellations, ideally there should be no cancellation of classes, but in case of emergencies, it should be done at least 24 hours in advance so that we can inform the student and arrange for another teacher to replace you. In case of no-show or cancellations within 24 hours, a certain amount will be deducted from your salary. And again, for issues and concerns, please post it with the following format. You have A for the issue, B, indicate the time, C, indicate which class material or the name of the class, letter D, if applicable, you can also include the student's name, and then, most importantly, indicate the problem encountered and additional details. Okay, guys, so thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I hope that, somehow you were enlightened and you were able to take something away. Again, thank you and welcome to First Leap. So enjoy your classes, and yeah, we hope that you can join us in further trainings, and please feel free to give your suggestions of the things that you might need to know, or for the first time teachers, some of the important things that we failed to include. Okay, we would really appreciate your suggestions. Okay, thank you everyone, and welcome to First Sleep again. Bye bye.